History is written by the victors, but legends are written by the monsters who refuse to die. Let me take you back to the end of an era, the peak of the blood cult, a place where the sky is perpetually red and the air smells of iron and ash. Standing atop the precipice is a man who conquered everything, the heavenly demon. Look at him. He isn't holding a weapon. He doesn't need one. His hands are clasped behind his back. His robes flutter in the wind. He looks bored. Below him, an ocean of disciples. 10,000 men and women in red robes. They are chanting his name. Long live the demon, eternal life to the Supreme One. But listen closely to their voices. There is no love there, only fear. And beneath the fear, greed. The Grand Elder steps forward, a man the heavenly demon trusted for 50 years. The Elder bows low, his forehead touching the cold stone. My lord, the Elder says, his voice trembling, not with reverence, but with anticipation. The preparations are complete. The soul-augmenting formation is ready for you. The heavenly demon looks down. He smiles. A sad, knowing smile. He knows. He can smell the treachery on the wind. Is it? The demon asks softly. Tell me, elders, does this formation amplify my power, or does it consume the one who stands in the center? The elder freezes. The chanting stops. Silence falls over the mountain. Do you think I am blind? The demon whispers. I taught you how to hold a sword. I taught you how to breathe. And now you think you can use my own teachings to kill me? The elder stands up. The mask falls away. He draws his blade. You are old, monster. Your time is over. We are the new age. At his signal, the 10,000 disciples draw their weapons. The sound of steel ringing against scabbards echoes like thunder. They charge. A tidal wave of killing intent rushing toward one man. He raises his right hand. He doesn't strike. He simply snaps his fingers. Snap. The world turns white, then red. It isn't a fight. It is an erasure. The front line, 500 master warriors, simply ceases to exist. They burst into a mist of blood. You wanted my power, the demon asks, his voice booming like a god. Then have it. He unleashes the soul-augmenting art. The sky tears open. Purple lightning strikes the mountain. The elder screams as his body twists and implodes. But as the enemies die, the demon looks at his own hands. They are turning to dust. The price of the art is the user's soul. He is winning, but he is also fading. As the darkness closes in, wrapping around his heart, he feels a strange sensation. Relief. Finally, he thinks, no more politics, no more betrayal, no more war. If the gods are kind, let my next life be lazy. Let me be a nobody. He closes his eyes, and the heavenly demon dies. Sunlight. Warm, annoying sunlight hitting his eyelids. The demon groans. He expects the fires of hell, or the cold void of nothingness. Instead, he hears birds, and someone shouting? Young master, wake up. If you sleep here, you will die of a fever. He opens his eyes. A face is hovering over him. A girl, young, maybe 18. She looks terrified. He tries to sit up. Ugh. Pain shoots through his limbs. Not the pain of a battle wound, but the deep, aching pain of weakness. His arms feel like lead. His chest feels tight. He looks at his hands. They are smooth, pale, soft. These are not the hands that crushed the skulls of grandmasters. These are the hands of a scholar who has never lifted anything heavier than a brush. Where am I? He croaks. His voice is weak, cracking like dry parchment. The girl, So-So, sighs with relief. You are in the garden, young master. You fainted again. I told you the morning dew is too heavy for your constitution. He looks at the water in the koi pond. He sees his reflection. A handsome, delicate face stares back. I am alive? He whispers. He closes his eyes and checks his internal condition. He tries to summon his chi. He reaches for the ocean of power that used to reside in his dantian. It's empty, dry, a desert. This body, he mutters, shock turning into disgust. It's trash, absolute garbage. He diagnoses himself instantly. The 9 yin severed veins, a congenital disease. His meridians are shattered like broken glass. In the martial world, this is a death sentence. He is weaker than a child. Young master? So asks, leaning closer. Are you hungry? He looks at her. He realizes who he is. Memories flood his mind. Byeok Tae-San, second son of the Golden Wall Merchant Guild. A rich family, a life of luxury. He starts to laugh, a wheezing, weak laugh. Rich? He says. I'm rich, and I'm useless. So looks ready to cry. Please, young master, don't say that. The new physician is coming today. He is famous. He can fix you. Tae-San ignores her. He grabs a chicken leg from the tray she brought. He bites into it savagely. He needs energy. Fix me, he thinks, chewing. No doctor can fix this. This requires a miracle. But then he pauses. He remembers the technique that killed him, the soul-augmenting art. It consumes souls to create power. But could it work in reverse? Could it consume negative energy to repair a body? He looks at So. He sees a faint aura around her. It's weak, but it's there. So, he says, wiping grease from his mouth. Yes, young master? I want to go out. So blinks. Out? To the physician? Tae-San smirks. It looks wrong on this innocent face. No, prepare the carriage. We are going to the red light district. So drops the tray. Clatter. The brothel? Young master, you can barely walk. If the master finds out... Quiet, Tae-San commands. Even with this weak voice, a trace of the demon's authority slips out. So flinches. Do as I say. I need medicine, and I can only find it there. The carriage ride is bumpy. Every jolt sends a shockwave of pain through Tae-San's fragile spine. He grits his teeth. Pathetic, he mutters, to think the ruler of the blood cult is defeated by a pothole. Outside the carriage, a man rides on horseback. Cheon, the assigned bodyguard. Cheon is a member of the Sword Dragon Corps. He sits tall in the saddle, his hand resting on the pommel of his blade. He looks at the carriage with a mixture of duty and disdain. Tae-San opens the window curtain. You look unhappy, Cheon. Cheon doesn't look down. I am doing my duty, young master. You think I'm wasting my life, Tae-San observes, going to a brothel while I'm dying. You think I'm a degenerate. Cheon stays silent. His silence screams, yes. Tae-San chuckles. Good. Keep thinking that. A tiger is safest when everyone thinks it's a sick kitten. They arrive at the fragrant flower house. It is midday, but the place is busy. Music drifts from the windows. The smell of perfume, roasted pork, and stale wine fills the street. Tae-San steps out of the carriage. His legs wobble. Cheon sighs and moves to help him, but Tae-San waves him off. I can walk, he snaps. He forces his legs to move. 1 step. 2 steps. The madame runs out to greet them. Young Master Byeok, it has been so long. We heard you were unwell. I'm fine, Tae-San says, pushing past her. He walks into the main hall. He closes his eyes and activates his spirit vision. The world turns gray. But the people, they glow. Most of the men glow with a dirty, muddy red. Lust, greed. The women glow with pink and gray. Exhaustion. Fake happiness. Useless, Tae-San thinks. I need something deeper. I need despair. He walks up the stairs, ignoring the girls trying to grab his arm. He stops at the end of the hallway. He hears music, a zither. The sound is melancholic. It weeps. Tae-San looks at the door. Through the wood, he sees a deep, dark blue aura. It is cold. It is heavy. It is the aura of someone who has given up on life. Perfect, he whispers. He turns to Cheon. Guard the door. Don't let anyone in, not even the Emperor. Cheon rolls his eyes. Try not to die of exhaustion, young master. Inside the room, the girl, Dan Yong, stops playing. She looks at Tae-San with wide, fearful eyes. She sees a rich, spoiled boy here to use her. Tae-San locks the door. He walks over to the bed and sits down. Not to sleep, but to meditate. Keep playing, he commands softly. Young master, she stammers. The music, he says. Play it. Pour all your sadness into it. Your hate for this place, your grief for your family, give it all to me. She doesn't understand, but she obeys. She touches the strings. The sad melody fills the room. Tae-san closes his eyes. He visualizes his shattered meridians. He begins to chant the mantra of the soul-augmenting art. Darkness becomes light. Poison becomes medicine. Sorrow becomes strength. He pulls on the blue aura radiating from Danyang. It flows through the air like purple smoke, entering his nose and mouth. To Danyang, it feels strange. The heavy weight she has carried in her heart for years starts to lift. She feels lighter. She plays with more passion. Inside Tae-san, the energy acts like a needle and thread. It stitches the first severed vein in his chest. Snap. A spark of pain, then flow. For the first time in this life, chi moves through his body. It's a trickle, barely a drop, but it's there. He exhales. A cloud of black impurities leaves his lips. His skin looks rosier. His breathing deepens. It works, he thinks, clenching his fist. He feels strength. Not much, but enough to crush an apple. He is about to continue, to fix the second vein, when suddenly... creak. A sound from the roof. Tae-san's eyes fly open. The music stops. Outside, Cheon is leaning against the wall, bored. Inside, Tae-san stands up. He looks at the ceiling. His hearing, amplified by the tiny bit of internal energy, picks up a heartbeat. Thump, 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 thump. It's fast, quiet, controlled. An assassin, Tae-san realizes. Here? For me? Cheon, Tae-san shouts. Door! Cheon opens the door, confused. Young master, are you Before Cheon can finish, Tae-san lunges forward. He grabs the sword from Cheon's waist. The movement is clumsy, but the intent is perfect. Tae-san spins. He looks at the ceiling beam. He calculates the angle, the thickness of the wood, the position of the rat hiding above. Get down, he roars. He throws the sword. It flies upward like a streak of silver light. It pierces the thick timber roof as if it were paper. Thunk. A wet, gurgling sound echoes from the attic space. Then silence. Then drip, drip, drip. Thick, dark blood begins to pool on the floorboards. Cheon stares at the sword stuck in the ceiling. He stares at the blood. Then he turns his head slowly to look at Tae-san. Tae-san is panting. His weak body is exhausted from that one move. He leans against the table, wiping sweat from his brow. Young master, Cheon whispers, his voice shaking. You missed the beam. You hit the man directly. Tae-san straightens his robes. He looks at Cheon with cold, dead eyes. He was annoying, Tae-san says. Go up there and fetch the body. I want to know who has the courage to hunt me. The night air is cold as they leave the fragrant flower house. Cheon walks beside the carriage, his hand never leaving his sword hilt. He looks at Tae-san differently now. The sickly young master just threw a blade through a solid timber roof. With the precision of a grandmaster, Cheon wants to ask questions, 1,000 of them, but the look in Tae-san's eyes stops him. It is the look of a man who is calculating the death of an empire. Suddenly the carriage stops. Make way, a guard shouts from the street. Tae-san opens the curtain. A luxurious palanquin blocks their path. The crest on the side is a blooming blue lotus. The Yun family. A woman steps out. She is breathtaking. Cold, sharp beauty, like a sword carved from ice. This is Lady Yun Ha-rin, the genius of the Yun family, and Tae-san's fiancée. She sees Tae-san stepping out of a brothel carriage. She smells the cheap perfume clinging to his robes. Her eyes narrow in disgust. So, she says, her voice cutting through the street noise, this is how you spend your nights? While the Golden Wall Guild is crumbling, the second young master is drinking with whores. Cheon steps forward to defend his master, but Tae-san holds up a hand. Tae-san looks at her. In his past life, he had thousands of women. But this one, she has spirit. Jealous? Tae-san asks, leaning against the carriage door, looking bored. Lady Yun flushes with anger. Jealous? Of trash? I am worried about my family's reputation. Byeok Tae-san. If you cannot act like a man, at least have the decency to die quietly so I can break this engagement. It is a cruel thing to say, but Tae-san just smiles. Don't worry, Lady Yun, he whispers, low enough that only she can hear. You won't have to worry about me for long. But a piece of advice, watch your left flank. Your family's guards are lazy. Before she can respond, he signals the driver. The carriage rolls away, leaving her standing in the dust, confused and furious. Back at the Golden Wall Manor, the mood shifts from drama to horror. They drag the assassin's body to the dungeon. The stone walls are damp. The only light comes from a flickering torch that casts long, dancing shadows. Cheon ties the assassin to a wooden chair. The man is conscious now. He is a professional killer. His jaw is set. He has been trained to endure torture. "Leave us," Tae-san commands. "Young master," Cheon hesitates. "He is dangerous, even tied up. Outside, now." The door clangs shut. Tae-san stands alone with the killer. The assassin spits a glob of blood onto Tae-san's pristine white boots. "You're wasting your time, rich boy," the assassin sneers. "I don't have a tongue. I cut it out myself so I couldn't talk. You can skin me alive, I won't tell you a thing." Tae-san looks at the blood on his boot. He sighs. "You mortals," Tae-san says, his voice sounding ancient. "You always assume I need you to speak." Tae-san steps forward. The shadows in the room seem to stretch toward him. His eyes begin to glow with a faint, terrifying purple light. "I don't need your tongue," Tae-san whispers. "I need your soul." He places his pale hand on the assassin's forehead. Soul search. The assassin's eyes roll back into his head. He opens his mouth to scream, but no sound comes out. His body arches violently against the ropes. To Tae-san, the man's mind is an open book. He rips through the pages of memory. He sees the payment. He sees the shadowy meeting in a tea house. He sees the face of the man who ordered the hit. It is a face Tae-san recognizes. The crest of a red dragon. The Jiangshi clan. Tae-san pulls his hand away. The assassin slumps forward, drooling, his mind completely shattered. He will never wake up again. The Jiangshi clan, Tae-san muses, wiping his hand on a handkerchief. They want to start a war? Very well, I will give them a war. The next morning, the sun is shining, but a storm is brewing inside the manor. The guildmaster, Tae-san's father, has called for help. He has hired the most famous doctor in the province to cure his son. They call him the Divine Physician. A carriage made of gold and silk arrives. The doctor steps out. He is young, handsome, and incredibly arrogant. He holds a staff like a king holding a scepter. "Where is the patient?" the Divine Physician demands, walking past the bowing servants. "I have important matters to attend to. Let me cure this cripple quickly so I can leave." He bursts into Tae-san's room without knocking. Tae-san is sitting by the window, sipping tea. He looks fragile, weak. The doctor sneers. "So, you're the one with the 9 severed veins, a walking corpse. Give me your wrist." Tae-san doesn't move. He turns a page of his book. "You are noisy," Tae-san says softly. "For a doctor." The Divine Physician turns red. "Do you know who I am? I am the only one who can save you. I demand respect." He reaches out to grab Tae-san's arm roughly. Boom! There is no sound, but the pressure in the room drops instantly. The candle flame on the table goes out. Tae-san looks up. He releases killing intent. It isn't the anger of a boy. It is the bloodlust of a monster who has slaughtered armies. The aura hits the doctor like a physical hammer. The Divine Physician freezes. His hand stops in midair. His breath catches in his throat. He looks into Tae-san's eyes and sees an abyss, infinite darkness. The doctor's legs give out. He falls to his knees, gasping, clawing at his throat. Sweat pours down his face. "What?" the doctor wheezes. "What are you?" Tae-san takes a sip of his tea. The pressure vanishes instantly. "I am your patient," Tae-san says pleasantly. "Now, check my pulse." The Divine Physician crawls forward on his hands and knees, shaking like a leaf. His arrogance is gone, replaced by the primal fear of a prey animal facing a predator. He touches Tae-san's wrist with trembling fingers. Your meridians," the doctor stammers. They are knitting themselves back together. This energy, it's impossible." "Nothing is impossible," Tae-san says. "You will stay here. You will serve me, and if you tell anyone what you felt today, I will visit you in your sleep." "I swear." The doctor bows, his head banging against the floor. "I swear on my life, young master." A week passes. Tae-san spends his time training Cheon and the servants, preparing for the inevitable. And then the enemy makes the first move. Zhongli Wung, the youngest son of the Jiangshi clan. He is a brute, loud, stupid, and cruel. He arrives at the Golden Wall Manor gates with 20 armed guards. Crash. He kicks the gate open. "Come out!" Wung screams. Where is the cripple Byeok Tae-San? I heard he's hiding in his room like a coward. The servants cower in fear. Cheon steps forward, hand on his sword, ready to die to protect the manor, but the main doors open slowly. Tae-San walks out. He's wearing simple white robes. He looks like a scholar going for a morning stroll. He doesn't look at the 20 guards. He looks at the birds in the trees. You are disrupting my morning tea, Tae-San says calmly. Wong laughs, a cruel, barking laugh. Look at him. He can barely stand in the wind. Come here, Tae-San. Let's go for a walk in the woods. Just you and me. Man to man. Cheon grabs Tae-San's sleeve. Young master, don't. It's a trap. He intends to cripple you further. Tae-San smiles. It's fine, Cheon. The forest is beautiful today. I think I'll enjoy this walk. They walk deep into the forest. The sounds of the city fade away. As soon as they are out of sight of the manor, Wong stops. He spins around, drawing a jagged, serrated dagger. You think you're smart? Wong spits. I'm going to carve you up. I'm going to cut off your fingers one by one and mail them to your father. The Golden Wall Guild will bow to the Jiangshi clan. Tae-San sighs. He looks disappointed. You talk too much, Tae-San says, and your stance, it is full of holes. Die! Wong lunges. He aims for Tae-San's stomach. A vicious, gutting blow. Tae-San doesn't run. He doesn't panic. He takes one step to the left. The dagger misses his robes by a fraction of an inch. Tae-San raises his hand. He extends 2 fingers. He taps Wong lightly on the lower abdomen. Tap. He injects a needle-thin burst of demonic chi directly into the bowel meridian. Wong freezes mid-step. He drops the dagger. What? Wong stammers. His face turns pale, then green. A rumbling sound comes from his stomach. It sounds like a thunderstorm trapped in a bag. The human body is fragile, Tae-San lectures, walking around the frozen bully. If you disrupt the energy flow in the lower dantian, the muscles lose all control, specifically the sphincter muscles. No, Wong gasps, clutching his stomach. No, please. Yes, Tae-San says. Squelch. The sound is horrifying. The smell follows instantly. The arrogant young master of the Jiangshi clan has soiled himself. Completely. Violently. He falls to his knees, crying. The shame is worse than any wound. Tae-San looks down at him, pinching his nose. Disgusting. Go wash yourself in the river before you come back, and tell your uncle I expect better manners next time. But humiliation has a price. Wong runs back to his clan, covered in filth, crying like a child, and waiting for him is Elder Sungrak. Sungrak is a giant, a martial master, a legend of the Jiangshi clan. He sees his nephew broken, and he goes berserk. Who did this? He roars. His voice shakes the leaves off the trees. He marches to the Golden Wall Manor. He doesn't bring guards. He brings a greatsword, a slab of iron as tall as a man. He stands at the edge of the forest, radiating blue energy. Byeok Tae-San! Sungrak screams, come out and die! Tae-San walks out to the courtyard. Cheon is already there, drawing his sword. Protect the young master, Cheon shouts. Sungrak charges. He swings the greatsword like a twig. Clang! Cheon blocks, but the force is overwhelming. Cheon's knees hit the dirt. Sungrak swings again. Crack! Cheon's sword shatters. Cheon flies backward, coughing blood. He tries to stand, but his ribs are broken. Sungrak looms over the fallen bodyguard. He raises the massive blade. A fly should know its place, Sungrak growls. Die. Time seems to stop. The blade falls, but it never hits the ground. A hand catches the wrist. A pale, slender hand. It is Tae-San. He has caught the wrist of a martial master. He isn't straining. He isn't shaking. He is holding it as easily as holding a flower. Sungrak's eyes bulge. You are disrupting my peace, Tae-San says. Tae-San steps inside the guard. He flows like water. He places his open palm against the elder's chin. Heavenly demon. Palm, first form. Crack. It isn't a push. It is an explosion. The elder's head snaps back. The kinetic energy travels through his skull, shutting down his brain instantly. The giant man's eyes roll back. He collapses like a tower of cards. Dust rises. Silence falls over the courtyard. Cheon stares, blood dripping from his mouth. The servants stare. The divine physician, hiding behind a pillar, stares. Tae-San stands over the unconscious master. He dusts off his white robes. Not a drop of sweat. "Cheon," Tae-San says calmly, as if he just swatted a fly, "clean up this trash and send a message to the Zhongli clan." He turns and walks back toward the house. "Tell them the war has begun." And that is where we'll stop for today. But trust me, Tae-San is just getting warmed up. He's done sitting around and meditating for energy. In the next part, the real hunt begins. We're going to see him shift from passive gathering to completely harvesting the souls of his enemies. You do not want to miss his transformation into a true predator. So make sure you smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're the first to see the next episode on God Tier Manhwa. See you in the next one.